T-minus 3 days until the second presidential debate. As the candidates get ready this morning, Team Obama is recruiting some celebrity help, while Team Romney is attacking what was supposed to be this president's greatest asset, foreign policy. It's your voice, your vote, and ABC's David Kerley is in Washington this morning. David, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dan. And as of this morning, Mitt Romney has the mighty mo, the momentum going into next week's debate and these last couple of weeks before the election, as both candidates are now battling for those critical, undecided voters.
Governor Mitt Romney
back on the trail for the candidates.
Didn't Joe do great last night?
After no knockout blow in the vice presidential debate. But the Romney-Ryan team all of a sudden sees an opening. Not on the economy, which is improving, but rather the attack on the U.S. consulate in Libya, which resulted in the death of the ambassador and 3 other Americans.
He's doubling down on denial when the Vice President of the United States directly contradicts the testimony, sworn testimony of State Department officials. American citizens have a right to know just what's going on.
Romney was referring to the debate. One of the first questions from ABC's Martha Raddatz, asking Joe Biden why there wasn't more security in Benghazi, Libya.
We weren't told they wanted more security again. We did not know they wanted more security again.
Who was the we in that statement? Just the White House, says the president's spokesman.
Good morning, everyone.
This story has such a big chance of spinning out of control that Secretary of State Clinton went before cameras to try and explain.
To this day, we do not have a complete picture.
The Romney team's move, part of a search for undecided voters. Team Obama is doubling down on star power to sway that group. This morning, releasing an ad narrated by Morgan Freeman, showcasing what the campaign calls the president's conviction. Later this week, former President Bill Clinton and Bruce Springsteen will stump in Ohio for Mr. Obama. And on Thursday, the president joins Jon Stewart on The Daily Show. It will be his 6th appearance and 2nd since becoming president. But the performance that really matters is the one that comes next Tuesday, the second presidential debate. Mr. Obama headed to Williamsburg, Virginia today for a couple of days of debate practice with what aides are calling an adjustment to their strategy. And Dan and Bianna, Mitt Romney's also doing some debate practice this weekend. It is Tuesday, the big time we see them in the second debate.
Indeed, and a lot of Democrats especially say those adjustments are key. David Kerley, thank you. For more on all of this, we've got John Avlon, who's the senior columnist for Newsweek and the Daily Beast. John, good morning.
Good morning,
Thanks
guys.
for coming in. We appreciate it. Now let's talk about Benghazi. Is this truly a potent issue for the Republicans? And does the killing of Osama bin Laden not inoculate the president somewhat on foreign policy attacks?
Well, first of all, there's no question the Benghazi inquiry is snowballing at precisely the wrong time for the Obama administration. The questions that still exist less than a month out from the election, that's a real problem. In fact, it's been a month since the attack. We still haven't brought those killers to justice. That's a real problem. But as you said, foreign policy has long been a president's strength in polls, in large part because of the killing of Osama bin Laden. The Benghazi attack doesn't take that away. It doesn't take away winding down the wars that were so polarizing just 4 years ago. So while it is a problem, I don't think it takes the issue off the table. And the third debate will be all about foreign policy.
And the president said one of his problems at the last debate was that he was just too nice. So can we expect more of a fight on Tuesday? And doesn't that carry some risks of its own?
There are risks with no more than Mr. Nice Guy, right? I mean, that was clearly, the president part was being coached to not get in the gutter with Mitt Romney, to not get angry. But there are risks. Look, the flip side of no drama Obama is that he can seem aloof, and he did in that first debate. So I think what Joe Biden did in the debate this week is really a sign of things to come. It's what the president's got to do. Intensely engage, smile, and call out Mitt Romney where there are points of substantive disagreement, but to do it in a way that still keeps the crowd in its town hall format on his side.
David Kerley pointed out in his piece that that Romney has really tried to tack to the center after running to the right during the primaries. Is that an opening for Team Obama, and have they exploited that sufficiently?
No, look, I mean, the return of moderate Mitt has everything to do with why he's been doing well in the polls. And this is sort of a catch-22 for conservatives, right? I mean, Mitt Romney had to run as a severe conservative to get the nomination, but now he's trying to tack back to the center, and guess what? It works in the polls. Centrist voters, swing voters are looking for a candidate that's not representing the ideological extremes. But of course there's an opening, because it gets back to that core problem of Mitt Romney as a flip-flopper, someone who is sort of expedient when it comes to policy, whatever it needs to do to achieve a short-term political goal. That does create an opening, but it hasn't been exploited by the Obama administration or the Obama campaign yet. Simply saying, look, this is what he said before, this is what he says now. Which time was he telling the truth?
I see it Tuesday night.
That's right. And quickly, in your opinion, who stands to benefit more from a town hall style format?
Look, I think the president draws more energy off crowds. I think this will be a better arena for him, and naturally. And the fact that it's going to be non-economic domestic issues, i.e. social issues, that also puts Mitt Romney in a pretty tricky spot when it comes to reaching out to the center.
John Avlon, thank you very much for coming in this morning. We
Pleasure.
appreciate it. ABC News is going to have live coverage of the second presidential debate Tuesday night starting at 9 Eastern with Diane Sawyer and George Stephanopoulos. And tomorrow on This Week, you're going to hear from Ohio Senator Rob Portman and Delaware Attorney General Beau Biden, of course, son of the Vice President, Joe Biden.
As well as ABC's own Martha Raddatz, who moderated that last debate.